May I come in? Please come. Good evening, sir.
Tell me about yourself.
Sir, I am Nayan Jyoti Nath and I am from Tejpur. I did my schooling till class 12 in Tejpur only. After that I pursued my master bachelor's from St. Anthony's College, Nehu.
I think you should sit upright.
Okay.
Upright, yeah.
Nehu. I did my master's from Tejpur University from Department of Mass Communication and Journalism. I did my MPhil from TIS Mumbai and my PhD from BITS Pilani in 2021, and currently I'm working.
You're Dr. Nayan Jyoti Nath.
Yes.
When you finished your PhD in which year?
2021.
And before that you had come out of Tejpur University in 2013.
Yes, sir.
So from 2013 till now it is 10 years.
Yes, sir.
And in this 10 years you had only done PhD?
Sir, MPhil also.
MPhil you have not written here?
There is no space to write MPhil. So
MPhil and PhD you could have written? MPhil
and PhD.
But
having
done so much, when was your first prelim?
First in 2011 UPSC.
2011?
Yes, sir. This was my first attempt.
While you were studying in Tejpur University?
No, sir, before that, immediately after my graduation. So during my graduation I was preparing for UPSC.
And then you did a mains also there?
Yes, sir. I wrote mains in 2011.
What happened to that? Interview you didn't get to?
I didn't get.
And you never took another chance?
I never took because of the financial condition. I have to pursue my masters and continue working. I started working at that point of time.
I mean, you were never focused about the civil service?
I was focused, sir.
If you were focused, you would not have done MPhil and PhD?
No, because of financial condition, I have to pursue education at the same time, has to work. So I have been working and studying at the same time.
No, but are you getting money in doing
yes,
MPhil and PhD? How much?
So for MPhil I got 8,000 rupees.
Per month?
Per month. And for PhD I got 32,000 rupees stipend. And
this was in which university?
So MPhil from TIS Mumbai. PhD from BITS Pilani. So I was supporting my education, and because of that I could not afford any of the year dedicating for.
When did you write the prelims for this first time?
Yes, sir.
23.
23.
So between 2011 and 2023 there was no civil service effort?
So there were no effort for me because at that point of time I was focusing purely on the PhD and the MPhil, and because of the financial condition I was not able to dedicate much of a time for.
It will be very difficult for you to explain this gap to the board. You are 89 born.
Yes, sir.
So you are already 34 years old.
I am 34 years old.
And are you from the reserve community?
I am from OBC, sir.
Okay, that part is okay. You still have some chances.
Yes, sir.
Up to 38 years, is it?
Sir, 38.
But this gap, it doesn't look like you were bent upon civil service.
No, I was bent upon, but because of the condition.
That will not be able to convince. You're doing MPhil, PhD. You should have gone for a job in that case. If you're so interested in civil service, you could have done a job with lesser pay, but something that leaves time for you to prepare. Instead, you went for MPhil and PhD. Obviously, it looks like you went for academics.
The only condition was that because I need degrees because after masters I didn't get through any of the placement, and there was no placement as such. So I thought of pursuing for a higher education and that higher education which will pay me at the same time. Okay,
I understand what you're saying,
yes.
But it doesn't convince that this is the only alternative. The other alternative would have been you get into a job which pays about 25,000-30,000 rupees, and then you prepare for civil service next year or next year or next year. By now you should have been there in civil service. You've gone through prelims in UPSC and done mains means you're a good candidate. Here you've done only once and you got into mains and into interview.
Yes.
It proves that you're a good candidate. The only thing it doesn't prove is your focus on civil service. Anyway, that is for you to take care of. Jetia khutibo teoloke, tetia you will have to be convincing in your answer. Because I don't think this was the only alternative.
No, there were two other alternatives. Juntu moi hekini moi loa nasil karon job or jobor logot preparation will be slightly difficult.
But you didn't prepare here at all.
Yeah, but
that would have been difficult. This has become impossible. You didn't prepare
I
while
thought I
you were
should
doing this.
have a stable career first, then I should go for civil service, because civil service
It doesn't happen that way. If you're not focused in life, it doesn't happen.
So does it look like I'm disoriented?
When Arjuna went for that, master Sokutu, he only saw the eye of the fish.
Yeah.
He didn't see anything else. Not everybody can become Arjuna, all right, but that's only an example. So in civil service, you require people who are committed, who have that in their blood. Anyway, so that is for you to explain. Now let's see, Etiao, please tell me, why do you want to come into civil service?
So as I have already told, there are two components for this. One is basically the own destiny that I have over a period of time to change my course of action. And the next one is my urge to come back to Assam and work for the people of Assam. Because I have spent almost 10 years, roughly 10 years outside Assam in various states, and I want to come back to Assam and work and throughout implement the experience that I had and contribute to the growth of Assam. That was the reason I have.
So you want to do everything else except say that you want a good career?
No, that again, because civil service is a platform which will give me a space for instrumental change, and that also comes with different forms of remuneration and compensation that where I can discharge my duty at the ease without.
You have appeared for the civil service examination so that you can get a good career with financial stability.
Yes, sir.
And with the possibility of social recognition.
Those are the additional benefits that
No, they are the primary benefits that you are looking for. And you think that once you get that, you will be able to do what you are saying, work for the people, work for Assam, work for this state, work for the country. That is secondary.
I would beg to differ on that.
You can beg to differ with me for all that. You go home and ask your own conscience, what is the truth? No. If you are preparing this answer for the board, I have nothing to say.
Okay.
Board would have examined 2,800 candidates, of whom 2,700 will say the same thing that you are saying. But the truth is something else. You don't work for such a long time, and you don't do MPhil and PhD and all that, and you then come and do an exam here.
So these are the additional
to dedicate your life for the people.
So these are the additional benefits that I think add-on.
Which is add-on?
So the degrees that I have got over.
No, that's all right. Degrees and all. I have already questioned you. Now I will not question you. You were not focused at that time. Had you been focused, you would have said, okay, I will master where I'll get 20,000 rupees. And let me work for the civil service. If you are so hell-bent upon civil service. But let's face it.
Okay.
I mean, I've gone through all that. I'm also civil servant, retired civil servant, and not Assam. I'm retired from UPSC. So I know that feeling. Okay, wanting to do it. We have all done. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but everybody does. Every civil servant ultimately works for the people, because that is what he is there for.
Yes.
But he doesn't come with the aim of only doing things for people and doing things for the state and doing things for the nation. He first comes and says, okay, let me be stable, let me get a good job where there is a career, where there is financial stability, where even if COVID comes, my job will not go, where there is social recognition, people will say, he's a civil servant, so whatever he is saying must be correct. He position is then you go and say, okay, moi to come karo. And mind you, if you have other things in mind, let me tell you. Firstly, there is nothing called social service in civil service. Nothing called social service. Social service, if you have to go out of the service, join some NGO or something and then do it. There is something called public service. But the public service is not yours. The public service is of the government.
Government.
You are an agent
Agent.
of the government to carry government service to the people and deliver it to them.
Yes.
Therefore, you are called a government
Servant.
servant. You are not government. You are government servant. So, if you have big ideas about doing public service, please understand this, that you are not doing public service. The government doing public service through you. And the government is paying you salary, giving you increments, giving you a car, giving you a house, giving you facilities. You are not doing it free.
Yes.
Government is not obliged to you. If the government doesn't like you, for some reason or the other, government will say, okay, thank you very much. So, if you have those feelings that my public service going, social service going, think about it again. The truth is not that. The truth is you want a good career and you want to get this, so that you can do what you want to do.
Okay. All right.
Convinced?
Yes, sir. I have to be other way around.
That's it.
Yeah.
The sequence is wrong.
Yes, sir.
You don't come here to do public service so that you get a good career. No, you don't get it out of that.
Okay.
You get a good career so that you can
I
do
can
that.
do public.
Okay? That is the truth. Being truthful.
Okay.
Okay, now you know what the ACS is all about. What are its functions?
Yes, sir. So mostly they are engaged into policy, partly policy execution and implementation, and at the higher bureaucracy, they also get engaged into public policy formulation, and also to maybe to, as you have already rightly mentioned, that to deliver the public goods to the public goods and services to the public.
Well, let me cut it short. Structure it this way. The primary functions of ACS or Assam Civil Service are revenue, magistracy, development and administration. All civil service people are called collectors. Collector means revenue collection. They are also called executive magistrate and district magistrate because there is magistracy function, law and order. Then there is development, all this policy, this, that, the public service taken to the people. These are all development. And then, since the ACS doesn't have its own department,
Yes.
it goes to any department that starts administration. So that's the administration part of it. So these four items. Then the Assam Police Service, what are its main functions?
So enforcement of law and order, enforcement of the crime investigation, and execution of public orders.
So the first thing that police does always is to control crime.
Yeah, investigation or controlling of crime.
All that detection of crime, controlling it, investigation,
Surveillance.
and taking it to the judiciary, all that. It's a long thing. I'm only using these two words, control crime,
Okay, sir.
which leads to law and order maintenance for the purpose of peace and
Public order.
stability,
Peace and
public
stability.
order or tranquility, whatever in this society.
Yes, sir.
So 3 stages. Okay, you still working now?
Yes, sir.
Where?
I'm working as an assistant professor, Department of Media Studies, Christ University.
What is it?
Christ University, Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. So you come all the way for the interview.
Yes, sir.
And you're based in Tezpur.
Yes, sir.
Where are you staying here?
So in my in-laws' place.
So you're
I'm married, sir.
You're married and you have a family in Bangalore.
Yeah. My wife is PG student at NIMHANS, Bangalore.
Rosali?
Nice, sir.
Ketia biya korse?
Sir, 2022, last year.
22. Okay. Now, first tell me about Tezpur.
So Tezpur, if I have to divide the description into 4 segments, the first one is the legendary section, which basically talks about the legends that are associated with Tezpur. So Aniruddha and Usha's legend is associated where...
Are you bending again instead of sitting upright?
The seat is going.
Yeah, that's a pose.
So Usha and Aniruddha's legend is associated with Tezpur, where the name Tezpur, Tej comes from the Harihara Juddha that happened between Sri Krishna and Banasur, And during the pre-British era, which is the next segment, in that particular segment, Salastamba dynasty or the Mleccha dynasty is has flourished the whole city with different architectural development as well as in terms of the temples and the religious places. One of the major thing that is still existing is Hazara Pukuri, which was excavated in the...
So let me cut you short. I think you are quite well versed with Tezpur and its legends and the history.
Yes.
You must be also aware of Banasur or
Yes.
Ban Raja and Harihar Chutta
Harihar.
and all that. You would also be knowing the original name of Tezpur.
So usually Tezpur website, my government website সেইটো কৈছিলোঁ চাগে
No, Tezpur আৰু এটা Sanskrit নাম আছে
মই সেইটো এৱেৰ নহয়
এই তাৰপিছত তেজপুৰৰ বিষয়ে now Tezpur happens to be part of
Tezpur happens to be part of Dorong district, larger Dorong district.
now it is Shonitpur.
Now it is Shonitpur.
So Shonitpur basically মানুহবিলাকৰ এভোকেশ্যন কি কৰে খেতি কৰে নে ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰি
Sir, agrarian population হয়
কি খেতি কৰে
sir, mostly rice cultivation হয় আৰু dependent on fishery as well as dependent on tea cultivation as well.
Have you heard the name Horupeshwar?
হয় sir.
কি
Horupeshwar is one of the oldest name of Shonitpur at that point of time.
Horupeshwar is the name of Tezpur, original name of Tezpur.
Okay.
আগতে শোণিতপুৰ কৈছিল না তেজপুৰক
হয় sir.
সেই শোণিতপুৰটো এতিয়া ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট হৈ গ'ল
হয় sir.
তেজপুৰৰ আগতে নাম আছিলে শোণিতপুৰ
হয়।
শোণিত এণ্ড তেজ চেম থিং ব্লাড
Same thing.
তাৰ আগতে নাম আছিলে হৰুপেশ্বৰ
Horupeshwar.
হৰুপেশ্বৰ ইজ দি অৰিজিনেল সংস্কৃত নেম অফ তেজপুৰ
Okay, so সেইটো মই জানিছিলোঁ but
Okay, about the district also you should know about it. Now, about Assam, you are well versed with Assam, geography, history, গোটেইখিনি
yeah, historically, Assam's, there were three different theories. The name has been derived from Assam. According to the Boro thing, is uneven land, and Assam also means a land which is peaceful. This was and also known as Pragjyotispur, which was related to the Jyotish and astrology at that point of time. There were also some Chinese pilgrimage, which was a prehistoric era Chinese pilgrimage that came and they had settled in 4 different areas of India, and Assam is one of that. And because of that, there was a name called the name itself, the theory of Pragjyotispur comes from that as well. Geographically, Assam is a U-shaped land, and Assam has a problem of liquidification, which is basically the settlement of huge buildings over the land of Assam is slightly more problematic. It also falls under the seismic zone, which is more hazardous. Economically, Assam is aspiring in most of the sector.
Assam এতিয়া economically rank কি ষ্টেটবিলাকৰ ভিতৰত
Sir, last time when I checked, Niti Aayog ranking was 27th, which was
27th out of 28 states.
27 out of 28 states.
What is the latest?
So latest, I'm not sure about that. The data that I'm referring to is 2019 data.
Anyway, so 19 is a little old, 4 বছৰ আগৰ. Now it is 17. So 17 পৰা ওপৰলৈ যদি আমি লৈ যাব লাগে, what are the things that you would suggest?
Sir, I think we have to work on our exports of different food grains, particularly when it comes to tea cultivations as well as the other. For Assam, for Tezpur, there is jackfruit, which is one district, one product. So তেনেকুৱা টাইপ প্ৰডাক্ট যোনখিনি হয় সেইখিনি প্ৰমোট কৰিব লাগে, যেনেকৈ লিচি হওক, আমাৰ নেমু টেঙা হওক, সেইবিলাক প্ৰমোট কৰিব লাগে আৰু যোনখিনি গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে অলৰেডি কৰিছে. আৰু এটা হ'ল ছাৰ টুৰিজিম ছেক্টৰত ইনভেষ্টমেণ্ট কৰিব লাগে, ইনভেষ্টমেণ্ট ইন টাৰ্মছ অফ হিউমেন ৰিচোৰ্চ ডেভেলপমেণ্ট ফৰ স্কিল ট্ৰেইনিং. কাৰণ মই বেংগলোৰত যেতিয়া আছিলোঁ, মই তেতিয়া দেখিছোঁ যে তাৰে যোনখিনি ষ্টেট গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট হয়, টুৰিজিম ছেক্টৰত লেণ্ডবিলাক এলট কৰে এজ এ অন লিজ ফৰ দ্য টুৰিষ্ট. চ' টুৰিষ্ট কেন কাম এণ্ড ষ্টে in that particular land in a very minimal cost at a lease. So সেই লিজ ফেচিলিটিজ কৰিব পাৰে, য'ৰ আমাৰ টুৰিজিম প্ৰমোট হ'ব. আৰু যোনখিনি border areas যোনখিনি roads আছে roads facilities all weather roads খিনি থাকিব লাগে সেইটোৰ ক্ষেত্ৰত কৰে ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰীৰ কাৰণে ডেভেলপ ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰী সেটআপ কৰি
Are you aware of which industries have now promised to come?
So one is PepsiCo, which is already have been settled there, and Dabur is
What
already.
is the investment?
See the amount of investment I'm not.
Okay, next.
So there is Dabur, which is already there in Tejpur, closer to Tejpur. There is Patanjali, which have already settled there. Mega Food Park, Boni য'ত হৈছে আৰু তাৰ ওচৰে পাজৰে ফুড প্ৰচেছিং ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰী পটেনচিয়েল গ্ৰোথ আছে
You've not heard about the Tatas?
No, I have not read it, sir.
You've not heard about the Dalmias?
Dalmia, they have established their industry here that I'm aware of, sir.
Key industry?
Sir, Dalmia, first of all, they have cement industry as well as tin.
Good. Where?
No. Sir, again, NRLৰ লগত ইউৰোপিয়ানৰ দুটা কোম্পানীয়ে জইণ্ট ভেঞ্চাৰ কৰি পেলাই এতিয়া নেশ্যনেল গ্ৰীণ হাইড্ৰজেন মিছনৰ কণ্ট্ৰিবিউট কৰিছে তাতে বায়'ফুৱেল প্লাণ্ট এষ্টাব্লিছ কৰিছে চ' সেইটো নুমলীগড় ৰিফাইনেৰীৰ লগত জইণ্ট ভেঞ্চাৰ এটা আছে সেইটো মই ভাবোঁ চবতকৈ ডাঙৰ ইণ্ডাষ্ট্ৰিয়েল ৰিভলিউশ্যন হ'বৰ কাৰণে
Your hobby is badminton and cooking.
Yes, sir.
You cook for yourself or you cook for other people and you...
Sir, initially the whole thing started with cooking for myself, which is basically survival skill. But later on, because I developed interest, and I have started cooking for all.
Achha. ठीक है sir, now you seem to be well prepared. It's good. You have that much of experience also. I hope you make it this time because time is also not waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
In this civil service, it is earlier the better.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you go up to a particular level and then finish off.
Stuff there.
So earlier means to the top. The number of years of service will be the same.
Yes, sir. So will that experience or maybe something like I would call it as a degree and everything?
No,
will
as
go
I
against me?
said, there will definitely be. I feel that they will ask a gap to cure holy man basor. For 10 years, you don't seem to have done anything for the civil service per se.
Yes, sir.
2011 চনত এটা পৰীক্ষা দিছিলে সেইটো নহ'ল এইখিনিলৈকে গ'ল তাৰপিছত you have not even done it again.
Yes, sir.
Here 2023 first attempt after 10 years.
Yes, sir.
So you have to explain, you have to be very sure of what you say. And not that this is going to disqualify you, but they might take a little bit of a negative view. You're not focused. Had you been focused, then you would not have gone and done MPhil and PhD. This is my little feeling.
Okay.
And because you said there was no alternative with the financial problem. No, I think there were alternatives. Of course, if you look at it the other way around, if you don't get it here also, you've done something great here. Now,
Yes.
you've ensured your assistant professor already আছে.
হয় sir. মই বেকআপ
Somebody will become professor.
মই বেকআপ কৰিবলৈ যাওঁতে বেছি
মানে ঘটনাটো হ'ল কি somehow I don't feel, this is my personal view, I don't feel this is better than this. In the ultimate analysis, I think this is better than this. This is my personal view.
So can you just explain again? I just lost.
Nothing to explain. Your present position is better than what you will get here. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the only thing is that I can't come back to Assam. That's the only.
So what? There are people who are staying for life elsewhere and contributing. As an assembly, you should be proud of contributing something to some other place. It's not necessary that you have to come back. There are so many hundreds of thousands of people who have stayed away. And then I was there for 15 years outside the state, and I came back.
But now.
I've come back after retirement.
So can I say one thing here?
Yeah.
So because I'm working as in a private university as an assistant professor, so can I explain that because I'm working as in a private university, That is why I want to have a more.
So two things you want to say. You want to say that government is better than private, and you want to say that Assam is better than other places. That's one.
Yeah. Can I say that, sir?
You can. That is truthfulness.
Okay.
You're not trying to unnecessarily sugarcoat your statement. You're saying I love to be in Assam, I want to do things for Assam, so I want to come back to Assam. Secondly, I'm in a private sector. I want to come back to government. That's all.
So it should, I was wondering, মানে এনেকুৱা লাগিব নালাগে যে just because government চাকৰিৰ কাৰণে আহিছে কৰি সেইটো reason
তেনেকুৱা একো নাই মই কেৱল মোৰ পাৰ্চনেল ভিউটোহে ক'লো
হয় sir.
I consider professor's job better than civil service. মই নিজে প্ৰফেচাৰ আছিলোঁ এতিয়া ফিল কৰোঁ after retirement why didn't I stick on. Anyway, that is my private life, don't bother about that. Go ahead, do well. And I hope you make it this time. I think you're fairly well prepared. Okay, all the best. কোনদিনা আছে?
Sir, 23rd.
বেছি দিন নাই আৰু
Sir, এটা প্ৰশ্ন কৰিব পাৰোঁ Sir, in ড্ৰেছটো মই যেতিয়া
It's okay. You want to put on the tie or you don't?
tie makes me some
No, it's fine. You should put on only what is comfortable and what's decent.
Okay, sir.
There are only two rules of the game.
Okay, sir.
ঠিক আছে এটা ভালো লাগছে decent matching.
Thank you, sir.
You don't have to put on a tie. There's no rule.
Sure, sir.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
No.